Good afternoon. Happy Halloween. Thought for sure I'd see some costumes today.
Dressed as reporters.
That's not nearly as exciting as what you could have come, but we'll let it slide for today. Today I'm once again pleased to talk about the topic that we, and more importantly, the American people, are all very excited about: tax cuts. We're approaching the release of legislation based on the tax reform framework the president supports. Unfortunately, no matter how great the plan is for the hardworking families, Democrats are expected to criticize the tax cuts, as they've done in recent years, putting partisan politics ahead of their constituents' pocketbooks. While arguing over President Reagan's 1981 tax cuts, Democrats claimed it would only benefit the rich. The Democrat Speaker of the House at the time, Tip O'Neill, called them royal tax cuts because he claimed they favored the wealthiest Americans. What really happened was more than 14 million new jobs were created over 5 years, incomes grew by over 22% for the next 7 years, and the economy grew by over 3.5% on average for the rest of the decade. Some Democrats must have been paying attention to history, because as recently as last year, they publicly supported many of the principles for which the president is advocating today. That includes lowering the corporate tax rate, which is the highest among developed nations, so that our greatest businesses can be more competitive. In fact, Presidents Obama and Clinton both advocated for cutting corporate tax rates. Senate Democrat leader Chuck Schumer in the past called our tax system upside down and inside out, and last year he actually admitted that cutting corporate taxes is, quote, really important for American competitiveness. Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi apparently agreed, because she said, quote, it is long past time for tax reform that would lower the corporate tax rate. The only thing that seems to have changed since then is who occupies the White House. Since day one, the president has been committed to jumpstarting our economy and giving hardworking Americans the raise they deserve. Under the framework supported by the president, our economy will grow, businesses will invest back in the country, and American workers will see their wages grow. In fact, the Council for Economic Advisors estimates that a typical hardworking American family would get a $4,000 pay raise. So to Democrats in Congress, particularly those who'd like to place American jobs and middle-class tax relief ahead of partisan politics, the question is very simple. Do you believe the American people deserve a pay raise? We certainly do, and that's what we'll be focused on and fighting for. The choice is yours. And with that, I'll take your questions. Steve?
Sarah, where does the president stand on this tax deduction for state and local taxes? That seems to be disputed up on the Hill.
Look, we've laid out our priorities for the tax cut plan. Those haven't changed. The president is going to continue working with both the House and the Senate to push forward and make sure that the principles he laid out are achieved. And we haven't made any adjustments to that at this time.
Now, what about the mortgage interest deduction?
Again, same point here. We haven't made any changes to the priorities that we've laid out. I'm not going to negotiate between you and I, but the president is going to be involved in ongoing conversations with members of both the House and Senate, and we've laid out what our priorities are, and we're going to stick to those as we move forward.
In the conversation with Speaker Ryan just now?
They're still meeting now, and we'll have a readout on that meeting once it's completed. Matthew.